back at an international competition.
Absolutely, this veto all pretty much mirrors the first two maps of the upper finals previously, right? Where Loud did take that series 2-1, starting on ascent this time around. So that's really interesting to see. And I love the fact that Josh just touched on previously. I mean, we noted many times in Reykjavik, Optic's recovery potential in between series. So in fact, we start here, which was a much closer fought battle, at least in the upper finals. Optic did take it in the finals, obviously, but yeah, very slow approach here, but looking pretty invested towards B main. I'm going to see this just burst on the back of this smoke coming through.
Crashes shoulders. Oh, crashes! The timing is gorgeous. You're going to have the utility now invested just to deny any springboard effect, and Loud just got completely caught in pieces.
The timing on that coming through.
Huge.
Lots of damage done as well. You can see Sadak, unless we're taking a chunk of damage. Actually, crashes and Finesse reset back towards site now. Yay trying to pick up the slack through spawn. We'll just wait for some form of contact. Loud a creep in this though.
Trying to. Clinging to recovery. Yay. Could have done with that. Loud have now given themselves an option, a chance in this. Crashies now tucked to the back of the site though. Spots out. One is stunning. And he's looking on the money. Crashies is formidable right now. First round. That is how you make a statement.
Beautiful stuff. Again, put in a position where he's 1v3 and actually almost a little lazy on the clearance there from Loud. They find the space.
Spacing's awful from them.
Yay, should have found that kill.
100%.
100% should have found it, but it puts Crashes in a position and they're just all over the place. They know exactly where he is as well.
Disavowing any chance for Loud to kind of spring back into this. Because as I said, as soon as they were able to navigate around Yay, suffering no casualty, I was thinking, well, game back on, but be able to slice those three players up so perfectly. A real treat. And what a start. Optic need a couple of players to really stand tall. And if Crash is the one to do it, no problem. There's a couple that can stand up to the challenge. Yay, deciding to give up the control in middle for now. And you can see Loud will happily step into those roles.
A third member committed this time around for Optic, so how does that work out? And once again, FNS actually lets the first pass. Aspas punished on the second peak. Yeah, he's there for the support this time around. It's a shutdown once again. Just Sadak left standing. Yay.
Comfy.
That's fine. The shot this time with the headhunter. 4 will survive, so good opportunity to carry this across into the bonus round and actually see if Optic look to go exploring a little bit. Crashes with great early progress towards the Hunter's Fury as well.
I mean, they've barely done a point of damage. You've got 3 players on 1 kill so far for Loud. They're definitely having the slower end of the start, right? They're obviously not going to be happy with that. It's always rough to get to those beginnings, but pistol rounds almost feel as though they exist in their own position. But I'm seeing what we like to call a triddle coming into fruition, so we'll see if that actually does have any sort of commitment behind it, because it's going to be fast work from the defending side as Crashies already adjusting position here.
I mean, initially, there's nobody on the other side of this. Nobody from Loud even entertaining a mid-peak. See now Les actually making his way back through spawn. After I think just dealing with the Prowler here, but Optic are following through on this.
I like commitment behind it. Again, that little bit of contact. Should be aware that something's up here, but I guess their contingency plan would be less. Trying to hold at the very tip-top of mid.
We're still on FNS really early. They've got a perfect read on this now. Les actually coming back up catwalk could be interesting though, Lauren.
Yeah, this could be pandemonium. Yes, Aspas is on the site, but they should have all the information, but can they now deliver? Yes, so far the answer rings true for Loud, but we noted it. Early presence towards that rotation on A and FNS with a screamer on towards Aspas, and now it's 2. Less with a quick grab, though. That's massive. It gives them a chance. You noted it early. You're seeing it now. The Hunter's Fury coming in to try and maybe allow a little bit more room for FNS to maybe get a little bit of a glimpse, but you can see it nicely denied on the util. But the spike is now down.
You have a weapon to retrieve here. Sassy and Les both taking a little bit of damage here. Actually just going to set up a very, very tight crossfire here on the door.
Out of charges.
Just waiting another second or so for this dart to come through. Actually the door dealt with.
Door down, FNS first step in. Couldn't get it done, and there's a fob. Loud stabilize. That was a precarious round though, Mike. Roll it back to the start. Optic coming in with a lot of information that they really shouldn't have had that easily.
Oh, for sure. I love the decision to get proactive here and the fact that they almost catch the perfect timing on Les, just slipping away from that turret. That's actually finding a key kill here, is just to make this doable onto Aspas, who found 2 on the way in as well.
Good work from them. And again, my attention instantly now drawn to Ye. A conversation piece at the desk noted, and you have to hold him to a higher standard.
That's the elephant in the room.
It really is.
It really is.
Has to be addressed. A quiet performance has to come back here. Show a little something. Show us what he's got. Wouldn't really put him to be a man of inconsistency either. He does normally deliver. So again, eyes towards him now. He does have that operator out. And let's just look across the board as to what Optic are up to. Crashies unabashed in this approach. Happy to get proactive and get aggressive.
Not sure if there's potentially a misread, though. They're just expecting less on the other side of this. They haven't noted any utility just yet.
Does Ye come into the equation?
Now the drone comes through.
Curious if he was holding any sort of proactive angle, but no.
Get away with daylight robbery there to get the orb there. Finesse got his ultimate online now.
Loud en route. Crashies on the site. Aspas gone. FNS is there by his side. Victor trying to slip through, get a little bit further ahead than maybe he was meant to be allowed, but Sadak's going to catch him. And now you can see Ye starting to get a little bit closer, but this is far from ideal. They're kind of held in no man's land for now, because those two players on the site are not moving until then. Sadak with a big pick up towards Crashies, and now it's just FNS on the site. Spots one, gets two, FNS! This could be huge if he can try and control this one tonight. Sadak, any chance? Great work.
To perfection by FNS. Isolating every single duel there. They just couldn't swing onto him whatsoever. Goes huge for Optic to deny that one, because after that, you got to assume they're going to follow through on this one. Perfect use as well. The ultimate comes through, finds the wallbang into Aspas.
Lovely.
Perfectly done here.
And the composure from this man.
Can't use that.
Lovely. Lovely work. And again, you've got to now look at the knock-on effect of that round, Mike. The money for Loud now is going to be broken again, right? This is the knock-on effect. That is the direct issue that now Loud have to face, is they don't have the money to bring it back in now with a full buy.
With 3 falling on Optic's bonus as well. They did get the plant through, but doesn't help them too much out. Espas actually won off the Blade Storm, so I don't see them pressuring early towards either of the orbs. Ye actually on guard for the orb outside A main. Victor got a lot of bodies on the other side of this flash, though.
Turns it. Yeah, Marv's just fine. Aspas is going to go down and no trade ready. Another cheeky underhand, and they're going to commit on it. It's good. Really nice. Commanding play so far from Optic. You like to see that. Playing with intent, playing with confidence. So far, we noted earlier on that the buy was not going to be good, right? So you're going to see that Bulldog, you see a couple of Sheriffs, but outside of that, it is very, very limited.
Maybe a chance really here to recover anything on shore. Pancada curious if he can. Things will slow down for a moment here. No real pressure towards B just yet. Crashy's still on guard. Jesse got the timing once again to slip towards backside. Actually going to tuck himself under lane.
He's just jump spotting this for now. I think he was for a second, but for Loud, this is a great opportunity.
Well, he's still got the drone and the dart actually here. So if they follow through on this drone, they might be able to catch Crashies this time. FNS already in spawn though. 14 seconds left on the clock.
This is getting a little bit panic stations now. Loud need to make their move. Picks up one. Crashies still so unworried, unfazed, unfussed. 4-1. I thought there was a bit of a window of chance there for Loud. There was certainly a moment, but again, that window was shut.
Just a couple of seconds off the timing there. If anybody was able to follow through on the drone. Crashies plays his life perfectly once again. I have to see actually if Optic continue to be this proactive in some of the buy rounds and maybe catch Loud off guard. And there hasn't been an awful lot of focus towards mid on the side of Loud together. So if that space looks as if they want to repeat that performance once again here. Big utility exchange here outside. Hey, actually Aspas lucky to get away with that. Loud huddled in here though. A little bit of damage and it favours Optic early on.
Again, but it's not just that first approach, it's that second layer to this.
Going to readdress mid right after
Yes, it's really nice. Now, Les is here this time, but does he dare? Surely they've got to be aware that there's something going on here, but Les, the timing is everything on this one.
Straight through.
This is very bold. This is incredibly bold. He does catch one in the heels. That's Marv gone, but Victor's on the case, and he's on the case quick. They have no idea he's here. Maybe a faint glimmer of intuition, but it's not there now. Sassy just turns in time. Divine intervention for Sassy just to turn in that moment. And it's kept 5 of them standing. This is essential for them as FNS digs him out of nowhere.
Once again, From the same exact spot, FNS will find a kill. And find actually the second on the Sadak. FNS looking sharp right now. Will throw the ultimate through as well.
And Aspas looks like, I don't know, the dead walking right now. He's got no HP, trying to back away, find a little bit of safety. You can see FNS on the hunt, tries to spot him, can't get it. Aspas playing his life like a champ. Getting two. And trying to just get the hell out of danger. But Yay, probably less inclined to do much about this now. Has to fall away and keep that operator for the next round.
The operator, the only thing not really to show its hand in the retake, so no surprise to see him retreat away from this once the lockdown's employed. But Loud had to throw a couple of tools at that round just to secure it. I mean, the fact that Sassy turns when he does, I'm not even sure actually if Les catches line of sight here. We'll see here.
I don't think he...
Maybe
just a consideration.
On the mini-map ping, maybe, but the fact that he finds his kill onto Victor, I mean, it bails Loud out entirely.
One enemy remaining.
Loud now.
A big question answered for me though, because like I said, initially this U2 exchange towards A main and immediately Optic try and find that space in mid. Nearly rewarded for it. Again, you got credit less in that scenario. Much slower approach this time around. Loud don't want to show too much presence.
You can see Sassy talking them through it the entire time. One of the bonuses of just being able to see the players the whole time in this. Keeping everyone composed. Towards the site now. First, if it does continue this way, this could be the first big challenge we really see of Yay directly. Tucked, I think, towards the back of Dice. Actually going to pop himself towards Hell. So Aspas is going to get in pretty much uncontested so far. So a couple of big steps taken now. Bear in mind, there is players above. That is Marv, and that is Yay. So in combination, they at least deal with the front line approach for now. Now I have to look at what else Loud has. The standing players, what more can you do with this? Spike is on the site, and the plant should come in, but you look at the post plant, my eyes also go towards Les here, Mike.
Yeah, we've got a very late position on short. The drone's going to come through, not going to catch him. I think it's going to expire just before yet. So Les should backfill this space now. Aspas has found two from the top of Gen.
Don't know how he's gotten away with that one. Absolutely has, unless it's just buying time, soaking up the clock. 28 HP, it's fine. Free fires on it, just spamming away. Crashes will remove him, but now Sassy from down in hell. Aspas gonna get himself out of danger and buy a moment of respite. As now you can see Crashies and FNS trying to find their way back through the walking wounded, though not looking pretty on the HP. FNS down to one. Sassy and Aspas, it's not pretty right now, but they're desperately holding on to this with everything they've got. Loud. Bring the scoreline closer. Never really, because the guy had...
Yes, it's the first real test of the mental.
And it's not easy. And I don't think Loud are particularly one of the teams you want to be facing this early on and have that test given to, but let's see if he can stand up. First part, passed. Falls away to the site, but he's done the damage that was required. That's one player down.
So we'll try and police the weapon away. Prevent any upgrade on the side of Optic. FNS and actually now, yeah, he's made his way all the way towards B spawn here.
I like
Going to set himself up actually on the cooldown here.
Beautifully mobile.
I mean, it's well timed because they're just about to shift walk into this now. Probably not expecting the Tour de Force to be here.
No, sure you're not. That is stunning. That is Yay.
Presence
really
all over the map.
Playing a lovely game. Not easy to do. And Loud feeling a little frustrated, I'm sure, after that. Now having to kind of try and reassemble with nearly 3 to play with.
Well, they're still tucked into this 3-man setup towards A site as well. You can already see Marv with a couple of bits of utility set up for this. Actually completely nukes Aspas's dash here. To slow things down even further, allow Yay to make his way back towards A side.
It's Victor, to me, is the close on this. Yeah, just going to spot at least Pancada, but gets it turned around on him. The chip damage wasn't on Sadak, it was on Pancada, so Pancada actually able to do more. This is slipping between Optic's fingertips here. They had such a chance in this. And now, a couple of moments here and there, and you're going to have a good plant and 2 players standing for Loud. FNS, it's a Spectre. And it's a 1v2. Yes, Pancada's low, but Aspas still sitting pretty in the position now noted. What can he do? FNS has been golden to this point, though. See it?
Tries to get the reveal through the one way, but Pancada actually, who's had a fairly quiet start to this map, comes up with 3 huge kills in a round that Optic had the upper hand from the start. Once again, it's a 3v5. The Loud are able to flip. Yes, a lesser buy, but the Tour de Force in doing work in this round.
God, that denial then. Just surprised he committed that hard. These are some tasty shots, but I mean,
I mean, that kill just slipping through Victor's fingers. Honestly, the frenzy giveth and taketh.
It did. But 3v5, losing rounds like this is going to become frustrating. And that's something we will have to look towards if it does become anything like that. But for now, looks a little bursty. Crashies, eats the flash. And you can see they're already taking things over.
He's stuck it.
Wait, Pancarda's just sat there, loud, audacious in approach. Oh, that's unbelievable. Caught me second guessing. I was like, there's not a jet on Optic, though. Aspas. Nastiness at this hour. Sarsi's going to find Victor, and it feels like a formality for Marv to be called off at this point, or at least just ignored if he gets away with anything. It would be miraculous, but this is a lovely pace switch from Loud.
I'm just going to play Spoiler through the smoke here, try and get some consolations, but a couple of other Loud members charging through, going to close this out, and Loud really with the wind in their sails. Actually stretching this into a 5-4 lead for them in this half.
It's fabulous. What, 4 on
Four
the
rounds,
now?
yeah, 4 rounds unanswered.
Stunning work.
The fact that Pancarda sticks this TP is wild.
I was staring at this going, that seems really weird. And then it just occurred to me, Optic had nowhere to go in that. That was perfectly played. And I like seeing the levels now that are coming through. Seeing this.
A great pace change, actually, once Ye's got the operator back in the round as well.
Yeah, feels like it completely nullifies any sort of.
They don't want to entertain a slow early round when they shift walking through. I mean,
how clear was it before?
Exactly.
Could not have depended on that anymore. They've reset it now to the aspect of the fact that, well, Ye can't get one on deck, so he can kind of run back to the more standard approach. I say standard, there's a stinger tucked in the corner. I don't know how standard that is.
Nothing standard about this buy.
Nope, absolutely not.
Mods and ends thrown in this, but a rifle in the hands of Ye and a Guardian for Crashies to play with. Let's have the Hunter's Fury as well. No other ultimates available.
Oh, they're chomping at the mic. Ye gets beheaded. There is another layer to it. There's actually 2 players to this now. Oh, that weapon's gone. There's someone there. But it actually does bait them in. Do they still check on Victor? It does look like they do. Really well considered by Aspas. Very concise play. And yes, the weapon has been regathered by Marv, but they've lost 2 players now.
Marv, though. Oh, and Aspas just barely even got around the corner there before he's removed. FNS once again. Sheriff in hand. We'll find the first, but sat out quick for the trade. Marv unlucky there, not expecting the peak to come through from Pancarda.
Spike planted.
Oh, Crashies.
Almost baited by his own reveal there.
Yep. Wow. Okay. Game's starting to heat up here, Mike. I'm a bit worried.
I mean, what a flip, though, because we're almost leading towards a potential 8-4 half here.
Yeah. Night-night. God damn.
And Loud just cut noise here. They just want to let that tension build. And slight overstep from Ye to give the first away, but only got all the time in the world to clear. And expecting this sort of round to come out from Optic as well. It's just Marv towards A site here. 3 towards B, and actually Ye going to explore mid. Only a rifle hit. Smoked off immediately. So denial of information from Loud here, and not made an awful lot of noise outside A either. FNS preemptively picks up the slack from Heaven, but it's interesting now, again, with that fast hit towards B. Loud are happy to let a couple of these rounds slow down a bit now. Once the operator's not present for Ye, they're happy to explore a bit more of the map. Still paying a lot of respect towards Ye.
You still have to. Quiet or not, you got to keep it in mind. Takes 1 round and it suddenly looks so different. But as it stands, 4-6. Victor now. Preparing.
That's
He's going to deny that.
Big
Lovely.
Reveal. I think it's all 4 as
has
well.
To be all 4.
Yeah. Ye might catch this cross.
Oh, yeah, he's got to be taking those last couple of breaths here. Actually gets away with it. I thought the trade was going to come in, but he does get away. Going to take down Aspas and now tee up for the others. Call out. Boys, they're coming your way. I can't get there in time. Get ready. But to be fair, FNS has been pretty solid on this side, and he does have Marv by his side. Slowed down again. Loud not having the easiest way forward. You're going to have Hunter's Fury popped as well, but Sadak cracks it open. Marv goes down and the trades come out. Ye is on the site now. FNS is there. It's all looking good. As now just Sarsi, the last one alive, and you don't let these slip. 10 seconds. No, you absolutely are not going to let this slip on 8 seconds. I don't believe it. Sassy, I know you're good, but Optic at least get a grip on that round.
Thank God. I mean, Ye
Got a little
comes
nervous.
huge with 4 kills there in the chaos that ensued.
Last round before the switch.
But immediately they're allowed try and find the space back towards A site. Luckily, Ye catches it. You can see just actually Aspas is hard clearing towards in this replay here. Ye wisely so gets out, plays his life perfectly, and actually follows up with 3 fantastic kills here.
Yeah.
Beautiful hold. Actually, we flip right back, looking towards an 8-4, what felt like could be an 8-4 half here, with Loud building a lot of momentum. Optic finally plugged the leak. They go exploring.
Takes a big play to try and pick themselves up after a couple of quiet games. Being proactive in these moments not easy. Flash ready for Victor as well.
Timing on this flash is
This
crucial.
could be everything. There it goes, there it is, and it's good for 1. It's actually good for 2. Victor gets away with straight up murder. Still hearing the tour de force rattling off shots on that A site. As Crashies is going to get the information, but it's Marv. Marv knows it. Succinct in the timing, going to work it out, and this is scrappy. It's a bit of a brawl, but they're going to try and make their way away from that A site. Or do they double pump it? Do they go back around?
Actually here.
Oh, up the guts.
I mean, the trap's going to give this away. But that should keep Optic committed towards holding it here. They're going to hear the smoke. Actually, look towards. Yeah, he's going to pick this up with a tour de force.
10 HP. The man's a Widowmaker at the moment.
Spike down.
Given tough challenges, and he's standing up to them. 37 seconds. Pancada, what can you do?
He's got to make a decision fast, though. Yeah, he's already
He's so quick.
repositioned.
What? Ooh!
With 10 HP.
Oof.
Pancada barely needed to hit him there.
Yeah.
Switching sides.
Wow. That's an electric first half, Mike, because we had to start looking like, okay, Optic in control, nice tempo to it, really good reads, proactive plays, you like to see it.
Very composed as well.
Very composed. But then the flip of the pace, the flip of the script. Where do you stand on this? Where are you worried about? What are you excited for?
I mean, the comp discussion stands out to me. Yes, they should be able to work the map, as Josh says, find this information out, but talk about burst, it almost feels very dry. Lacking the jet that they played last time versus Loud. It's a tall order, especially when you know, as the desk highlighted as well, Aspas is going to be looking for these opening duels actively. And with this triple initiated setup, you've got to argue, Optic are going to be spread pretty thin, right? They're going to potentially expose 1 or 2 members. I
think you might have spoken this into existence. I'm already seeing him starting to tend towards middle, starting to look a little bit excited to be involved. Being Aspas, of course. Yay. First couple of shots come through, and the first couple of exchanges happening as well in towards middle. So you can see FNS took the lion's share of the damage. They're down to 13 HP, but Loud are well aware of the intention from Optic here. Flash is good, but Optic at least can have a shot at it, but maybe just for a second. Denied quickly by Loud, and now 3 remain.
The turret just spots Marv at the last minute, so they know this lurk has occurred. Already pulling the rotation here. Aspas ready. They seem to sprinting towards A side to try and find something. Marv can be able to get anything done though. Crashies actually gets away. The cross here, Sassy does find it. All falling apart. A prime gaming flawless for Loud in the pistol round. It's key to note, Optic aren't going to want to kind of stack all of this information gathering up on one side. And I think that's going to be key. If Loud can find the space, like I said, isolate 1, potentially 2. You can see here the support system that's in place to allow Aspas to do the damage. They will invest in that.
Placing swarm grenade.
So it does feel like a potential calamity in the making for Optic if this continues true to trend, right? If we see all of those aspects coming together for Loud, they've got to really go against the odds here. Scoreline's still very close, but of course we know how this can shake down. And early work achieved by Optic, trying to take some mid-control.
On the anti-eco, Aspas has walked through B main, less give him a little bit of support, but he's posted up with the Marshal now. Again, only 1 light shield on the back of Ye. Very squishy targets for that Marshal. Optic will pause for thought though. Start should give away at least a little information actually. 3 of them managing to have line of sight with the archway.
Now contact though, as you said, squishy targets and Aspas looking like he wants to start farming. Victor gonna find 1, but it's a shutdown. Oh, it ain't pretty, but yeah, it's job done, mission achieved. Loud with a solid 8 rounds behind them now. This is where things start to get
Minimal
interesting,
damage
though. Yeah, there wasn't much to take away from there if you're an Optic fan.
See how they approach this here. It's key to look at the buy round as how they're going to approach it. I mean, on the flip side of what I'm saying, with all these kind of information gathering tools that Optic have at their disposal, can they identify where Aspas is going to be pressuring towards? Maybe not particularly here in this round, just a Marshal in hand. There's actually going to be a rifle in the hands of Sassy to offset this round even further. Aspas, no secrets about the initial swing. Who's going to post up here? Nobody on the other side. Their spike not committed just yet, so Optic look as if they're going to send out a few probes here.
Yeah, a couple of fact-finding missions across the map.
Enemy suppressed.
For now, just going to leave Ye posted up towards that B main. You can see them exploring the rest of the map. Now, we noted Aspas early on. Not really fallen much away from this either. You can see the Owl drone coming out as well on the other side. So, Optic going through the motions here, and Aspas...
Surely not, right?
He's heard enough. Had to go. Thumbs his head into the wall, and he's knocked out at least for this round. So FNS going to get things started well enough. And this more patient, clinical approach for Optic, at least giving them the first kill here.
Yeah, he might even, but it's Sassy. That's the one rifle invested here. Punish that lurk through B main. They're walking into the kill door setup here, but less posted up very close here with the Spectre.
The push out, Sadak pushed out and just got caught by Victor on the turnaround.
left.
They might just turn tail and run now back towards that B site, knowing it's ready and available, and it is, yeah. Crashy's confirming that, making sure no one's anywhere near close towards CT yet, and the spike's gonna be across to the site. An overstep slightly from Sadak potentially, but you're trying to clutch at straws here, trying to make something happen for yourself.
Just look at the tools that Loud have, though.
They do. They do have, what, 2
Have
rifles coming
paranoia.
in. Lots of utility to play with. This retake is certainly not over just yet, but Crashy's getting proactive again. Huge swing coming in. Gonna catch less. Remove him from the equation. And now you're down to, what, 2 to try and find.
So now, the utility sent back towards Loud here. Knife going to note what they already know. I mean, it almost favours Loud to just make sure that everybody falls in this scenario.
One enemy remaining.
Best will find the first and actually swing through, find the second for a 3K on the round. And Optic back within touching distance. 3 survive, and that's key with what's happened so far. Yeah, FNS back on the ultimate. Victor actually one off the null command as well.
Get back.
Yeah, Aspas just desperate to find something through the smoke here.
Enemy remaining.
Optic good for the cleanup though. He's not spiraling out of control just yet.
No. Give them gateway back into this as well. Close that gap up as quickly as they can. Try and take the lead back. We do see the operator out as well for Aspas. So mind towards how different it looked as soon as Ye was able to get the operator out, or had the tour de force able to be utilized. See Marv though, disregarding it and caught in no man's land. FNS looking like it wants a similar look. That's not great.
Like I said, spread so thin, and one side of the setup very easily punished by a dry walk. With all this utility, they're dry walking through to swing A main. Aspas going to punish Ye once again inside B main.
Oh,
Last player
this is
standing.
brutal to watch.
It really is.
Optic, it feels like they're just playing in so out of tune with the round. It felt very uncomfortable. They're very disjointed.
There they are.
So now, Crashy's, yeah, has to face the music. It's Swift from Pancada. And Loud respond swiftly. That was a bizarre feeling round. It felt very out of tempo.
I mean, almost trying to run the buddy system here, but I just don't understand the full swing, the commit to that.
Yeah.
Desperate to try and find an opener or wait for an overstep from Loud almost. You can almost see here, I mean, Les isn't swinging with Pancada. It's just a completely one-on-one challenge, and the spacing not there for Optic either to find the trade. Oh, must be nice.
Fair enough. Fair enough. He knows what he's done.
Yeah, a little concerned that's
Didn't like
that's
that
how
round.
a buy round played out.
Oh, God.
Okay. Optic stacked up this time.
Yep.
And Ye punished as the one to try and find entry towards A main. A very, very early man advantage here for Loud.
Yeah, this is good stuff for Loud, though. I like what they're bringing. Aspas wants to go any further. Yeah, has to get out of there. Hits the panic button. Rightly so. Good choice. Still trying to be so active in this.
Face your fear.
Pancada trying to get out. Does do, gets to the back of the site. Ult invested. Flash goes into short and the swing comes in. Gonna catch Marved on the way through. One did slip towards Tree, so don't forget about it. And Aspas certainly hasn't. But there's FNS. There's that damage on the player that just slipped the net. Got a little bit further ahead from that peak. And FNS, he ain't stopping single-handedly until then as Crashies chimes in with one of his own to make this round look possible.
Les takes a ton of damage there, though.
Spike planted.
What can he do? This... Did he?
Recalling my
Might have
FNS
seen him,
just
I'm not
slipped
sure.
the net. Just slipped the net.
They're seemingly unaware. An unfavorable position to try and dismantle. Good crossfire in place, and Les trying to do what he can. He's noted the player. Might have heard the jump spotting coming out here potentially, or just the steps coming through. So Les has been able to at least thread the needle somewhat. But now time is of the essence. Running short on it. Has to pull players in now. And they're playing the clock really well. Composure in the end from OPTC, but heroics from FNS.
Absolutely. I mean, comes through, makes absolute, magic work, basically. You see Marv getting punished through with the flash, but comes through, finds 2 kills in heaven to open this round up for them.
Beautiful.
Comes through, and whilst the res is coming through as well, actually, at one point, this almost becomes a 3v2. Massive advantage for Loud, but able to get Victor back on his feet. 1 round separates them. Loud now, the crack's starting to show in the finances here, but in terms of ultimates, a huge advantage, you gotta say.
Close to so many. On the verge. Crashies gets his at least. Now, I do wonder if Aspas does start walking again, but for now just tucked up towards short. On the side of Tree.
With him playing deeper angles like this as well, it forces OPTC to burn up some of these key tools that they have. The drone, for example, early on. And other bits. And actually, if Loud get a good indicator on when and where that's invested, it does give Aspas a lot of freedom.
Yeah,
as soon as OPTC do show their hand.
Yeah, almost playing at that minus tempo, allowing them the first couple of moves. And he still hasn't given away the game here either. This is...
Well,
Now aware. And as you said, though, had to burn up a lot of time for this. Down to 40 seconds now. Utility has already been invested just to clear this marker.
What do they do on the back of this? That's the real question for OPTC.
Trying to go for the punish. Looks simple enough. Flash in. Aspas has to respect this, has to back away. Hunter's Fury coming in as well. I don't think he's got many places to run here. Crashy's going to post it towards the site. Not much to write home about. Pancada, though, still holding strong. No one's going to be coming in at this point. 18 seconds now. All that time burned up trying to find that one player, but the trades are still coming through. 13 seconds now. The flash is stunning. Slows down any sort of roll. 9 seconds. Aspas on the site. Spots out Marv.
My God.
Decapitates FNS, and Loud are just commanding the clock. This is beautiful work.
They dig their heels in there. I mean, the fact that it's 2 from hell. Pancada initially baited once again off a recon ping. Just a split-second difference here. You can see here he actually second-guesses himself, but Sadak here follows through. Finds 2 on the back of that. Aspas. What a beautiful Blade Storm once again. That's a big round to win, because that breaks the bank of OPTC. This is Loud potentially finding 11.
So I felt like we were almost at that impasse for a little while, but that deadlock's been broken with this money now fading away from OPTC. Already noted earlier, the ult economy, and Aspas, right place, right time. Ye is feeling very red right now, it feels like. Shut down a fair few times. Still picking himself up when he has to, but you can see Sadak overextending. Man, their anti-ecos are nice. They're proactive and a little scary, but they're landing. They're sticking the landing on them. Aspas now have to respect that fall away. Now should Sadak here. The reaggress. Yeah, they're feeling themselves now.
One enemy remaining.
That's it. Well, that was a misclick there, but the ultimate gets popped. Pancada and Les to find the final 2. A Prime Gaming flawless, but the null command removed. Hopefully that, doesn't come to bite them in the ass, but there's not too many ultimates available here for OPTC, and haven't really been leaning too heavily on a death ball approach. None of these choreographed hits coming through in the early round, at least. Yeah, I'm not sure what the adjustment is here for Optic.
Just flip the script on this one. They just go for the aggressive play because why not? It just throws such a spanner in the works, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing aggressive play down middle, and Optic are going to start sweating. They need to control themselves, control this round. And there it is already. Disaster starts to strike. Marv falls.
B main.
It is. It's not just one string. They're behind their boy. They back Aspas. And the plant's coming in regardless.
This is beautiful. The aggression towards B main. They have the lockdown to retake A site, and nothing actually on the side of Optic to counter this other than the shock dart. Potentially the fragment here, but Optic taking the space that's necessary.
Gotta hold on to it though. Time to dig those trenches.
Double tag.
Walking wounded for sure. And there's that lockdown. Pancada finds one. Aspas with the follow-up. And now Optic are in danger. Yeah, and FNS, where are you in this? We need those moments of magic. And it's all but fleeting. FNS, last one standing. The spike, I don't think you can do much about this one. This is world-class play from Loud coming out right now. And that's what we were worried about, though. That little bit of fear coming in of that aggression. When do they hit the button? When do they go, okay, let's really put it to him? And they do it in a round like this.
Beautifully considered from Loud. I mean, the push and pull on both sides, it's fully invested. There's nobody to even slow down any progress towards A main. They isolate one player outside B, and they know straight away the lockdown's available. They can literally stack up for this retake.
100%. Oh, they've been able to fashion a buy, looking at what Optic are coming in with. It is going to have the light armor behind it. It's going to be a little bit...
There's gaps, though.
Yes, there is. There
Big
really
gaps.
is.
Into the unknown.
And again, when you've been considering they've been struggling in the full buys, that's when you've got to start really considering what they have to work with here. Let's see it, Optic. This is the one. Got to make it count. Loud pick up map 1. And Aspas off to a belter already. Punishing Crashies and dips away to the site saying, well, still have to clear all of this again, and maybe I fancy a second go at it, a second bite at the cherry. Oh, audacious in approach. He's fancying it, and FNS considers it. But he still gets it, and that spike lost. He's committing to it now. Now you have to get past him, the Guardian on this. Aspas, absolutely unchained, feverish in approach. Look at him, he's still proactive. And they've succeeded in ways they didn't imagine to in this degree. Now Ye delivers on the other side of the map. The flash comes in, he has to fall away, but the backup is there. And now it's 2. Marv and Ye. And look at the gap being closed. Les is already herding them around. Aspas is dominating this round. Ye, you gotta face the music on this one. It's a 1v4. You've had moments. You ain't gonna have it now. Loud picking up map 1, 13-8. And it looked damn good, Mike.
It absolutely did. I mean, Optic almost struggling for answers here. Almost an inability to really